Coding is changing a lot going into 2025, and today I'm gonna tell you what you need to know so that you can keep up. I think it's time that we stop pretending and accept that coding is not what it once was. Coding is easier to learn now than it ever was before. Tools like ChatGPT have massively lowered the barrier to entry to allow anyone to start creating real coding applications. But we all kind of know that already, but what no one is talking about, how all of this is actually opened up a new opportunity that almost no one is talking about, that you have a very small window of time to take advantage of before it closes forever. So today I'm going to tell you what this new opportunity is and how I'm personally using it right now and how you can capitalize on it before 2025. On top of all of that, I will also give you a new insane hack to learn to code much faster than before that can get you ahead of 99% of programmers. But before we go into all of that, let's recap the facts on how coding is changing in 2024 and 2025. The first thing is the accessibility of actually learning coding. Before AI, before like the days when most of you were learning to code, the process was extremely slow because anything you wanted to learn, you had to do manually. You had to watch some tutorial, type every single line of code manually. We didn't have these amazing IDEs with auto-completion. We didn't have code generation tools, all of this. And there were simply much less resources available for anyone to just learn to code. Whereas today, anything you want to know, there's a billion different resources for you to find it out. And most of the stuff you don't actually even need to know because you can just get AI to do it for you. And what this means for you is that basic coding skills are simply not enough anymore. If you want to stand out as a developer, you need to go further than you did before. Junior developers today require the equivalent amount of experience that like a mid-level developer might have required a few years ago. And employers are simply looking for more advanced skills and more advanced projects on people's portfolios to even consider them in this job market. But again, we all kind of already know that this has already sort of been happening and it's not really new anymore. But what I want to talk about now is the new opportunity that almost no one is talking about. This all really stems from the fact that coding is going from manually typing code like we would code before to what I call natural language coding, where essentially instead of having to remember how to construct an API manually, for example, all you really have to do is be able to explain in natural language like what kind of API you want to create and how you want your application to be architected, and simply then give that natural language prompt to an AI that is then going to turn that into actual code. So the challenge here is no longer in actually remembering and knowing every detail of the code, but rather understanding how you want your application to be created and being able to articulate these tasks to AI using natural language. So what does this mean? Well, it means that you, even with quite little coding experience, can start coding some pretty insane things very, very quickly. And actually much quicker than most people realize. Just as an example, I have been building this new app that I'm working on right now almost entirely using AI. And what I mean by that is that most of my time is actually just spent on thinking. I'm thinking about how I want to create this app, which features I want to add, and how the app is architected. And I'm simply making AI do all of the manual coding. And the only manual coding I am doing is actually just fixing some minor parts or like tweaking the code, like adding some API keys into it and things like this. And given that this is the direction in which coding is going, for you, what this means is that if you spend your time in the right areas, which is in the actual understanding of how code works, rather than trying to memorize how to make an API or something like that, you can start making applications much, much quicker than you even realize. And of course, I have a lot of experience with coding, and there's a lot of prerequisites that you will need to understand before you can like start making a full application. But we will get to all of that a little later in the video. But it just struck me just how much I can simply rely on AI when I am creating this application. And what this means for you is that there's actually so many applications and even real businesses that could be started by complete beginner programmers as long as you just understand a couple of foundations. Because right now we are in this sort of scenario where most people haven't realized just how much you can get done just as a solo developer, which means there's probably so many low-hanging fruits out there on like cool, insane projects that you can turn into real businesses that you can build just on your own using AI. And even if you're not looking to start a business or anything like that, what this also means is that if you're just looking to get a job, if you learn how to use AI in the right way, you can really stand out a lot as a developer, because you can code actual full-fledged applications completely on your own pretty quickly and put those on your resume to show that you have the skills to code real applications. Which means that while the barrier to entry to get entry-level jobs has gone up, so has your ability, if you know how to do this correctly, to essentially bridge that gap and have the skills to build those more higher level applications that you might be required on your portfolio right now. Okay, so that's the high level of what I mean by this opportunity. Now I'm going to tell you exactly how you can use this. Now, of course, you can't just go from your first Hello World program to coding real applications. That's not what I'm talking about. So here's sort of the exact roadmap that I would go through in 2025 if I was starting to learn to code from scratch. Number one, just like before, I would master the basics. Learn the basics of loops, variables, functions, just sort of the overall vocabulary around like how coding works. It's good to understand some computer science fundamentals, probably to understand like what you're actually doing when you're writing code. And then very quickly, I would choose one field to specialize in. The field that I usually recommend is web development, and then really understand like what it actually means to build a website. When you open up a website on your browser, like what does it actually mean? And here what I would really focus on is just understanding what is happening. What is an API? The basics of cybersecurity and things like this. And then once you sort of get a grip of the fundamentals, I would just pick a project and start building it. And the key here is that it should be a project that you sort of don't know how to do yet. It should be something where you feel slightly overwhelmed, but then you should just put yourself in the deep end directly and start thinking about,
okay, what would be the first step?
And then you're going to learn, okay, start a new React application or whatever. And then when you build a backend, you're going to essentially force yourself to figure out, okay, what does it mean to connect a front end to a backend? And this can happen so much more quickly now. And then when you get any code, just make sure you read through all the code and understand how all of it works. And any code that you don't understand, you can then again ask ChatGPT to explain it to you. So you can also use it as your teacher as you're coding this application. The reason I'm such a fan of this method is that you're learning through doing. You're building a real project while you're still learning to code. This AI-driven learning is really, I think, where the future of learning to code is. And if you use it correctly and you just abuse AI as much as possible, it's an absolute hack to learn to code much faster than you ever could before. And the challenge, of course, is when you're a beginner is that you don't quite know all the things that you need to know. Knowing what to learn is one of the most difficult parts about learning to code, actually, I find. And so if you're looking for one program that simply gives you all the foundations you need so that then you don't need to worry about not knowing everything, I actually created a program like this, and it's called Python Developer Bootcamp. I will leave the link down below in the description. The way I teach in this program is with this AI-driven approach in mind. Judging by the testimonials, which you can read down below in that link, people really resonate with this way of learning. And so I built this program with that approach in mind, where I give you all the ideas, the foundations, with obviously examples and projects to build along the way. But I will do it in a way that doesn't waste your time. Like, we're not going to spend 60 hours learning every single library in Python or all this kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that program, I'm also going to leave you a discount link down below in the description for the first 20 people only. So if you're one of the first 20 people, you can get, let's say, 30% off, a full 30% off only for the people watching this video. So to recap, what I would do to really stand out as a developer going into 2025 is to always have something that I am building. And the mindset I would have is that I would stop thinking about my projects as coding projects altogether. I would instead think of every project I'm building as a potential business. Because even if you're not looking to actually build a business, what this means is that you're thinking about projects that could solve a problem for someone somewhere. And this is exactly how every tech company out there wants you to think as well if you work for them as a developer. This is one of the more underrated sort of skills that you can show to an employer, to show that you stand out. You're not just a technical nerd who knows how to write code. You're someone who actually knows how to think about what code to write. And the whole big picture point here is that with AI, the details of actually how to write code are becoming less and less important. And it's becoming more and more important to know what code to write and how to know how to architect your apps correctly. And if you're thinking through the projects you're building as sort of an entrepreneur, even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, it shows that you can have this problem-solving mindset. And then in the worst case, if none of these actually turn into businesses, you still have amazing projects that you can put on your portfolio that are going to be much better than most of your competitors who haven't realized just how much you can build if you just learn how to use AI properly. And in the best case, one of them could actually turn into a business if it turns out to be something that people actually want and actually want to pay for. But most people haven't realized that there's probably so many low-hanging fruit projects that you could build in some area that you're interested in or that you know something about, where there's some problem that you see could potentially be solved by some software. And then now, because of AI, you can actually get started and potentially build that software and make a lot of money with it, or just put that on your portfolio if that's what you're interested in. So I already tried and failed this time in building a tech startup on my own. And while that company failed as a business, there were actually a lot of lessons that I gained from this. And this process of building a business with coding is anything but easy. So if you're at all interested in this path, I would highly recommend that you watch this video right here, where I go through the painful lessons that I learned from coding this startup so that you don't have to make the same mistake. So go watch that video next, and I'll see you in the next one.